some area and then you also go to the market. So at least when companies do research, these three expectations are there. Only all the research projects that are selected are based on three objectives. Now, patents, when will that project be eligible, that technology or invention be eligible for a patent filing? So there are certain criteria there. First thing is, it should be novel. What is novel? Novel is something that is unique, something that is new, which is not there in prior art. So again, prior art is a very important term in patent parlance. So prior art is something that existed prior to what you did. For example, you are talking about copying. So what he meant was that prior to, let's say, your research, whatever you have planned in the lab, if somebody has already worked in a similar manner, then there is no point in you also doing the same thing. I hear that even today, earlier it wasn't happening, but today DST, when it actually funds projects, they actually ask for all this patent study so that they know that if they are funding, let's say 5 crores or 10 crores or 20 crores for projects, then there is clarity right in the beginning that the researcher will not copy. So they ask them to submit a prior art report. Suppose I am working on some technology, maybe it is something very simple. Maybe this wrapper that is there. I have an idea, I am a polymer scientist and I want to develop something, let's say that is, I would say that doesn't crease. I'm just thinking through my head. Will not tear, will keep the flowers fresh, maybe it has breathability, there are pores, maybe it looks more beautiful, I can draw more designs, can be printed, a lot of things you can go on imagining. So again, patent is given for something that is an incremental improvement. It need not be something absolutely new, gigantic. You need not think that it is some technology is a very big word, so you need not think that it is something that is amazing. Anything that can be improved. That is how technology progresses. It's not as if, just see the kind of phones that we used to have. I remember 2001, 2002, that was the time when mobile phones actually entered India. Okay? So they were the simplest. Even typing a message, only we had this, if you wanted additional letters, you have to type it twice, thrice and all that. From where, now you have come to smartphones, touch phones. So from there to, let's say, in the last 14 years, just see the journey. And every phone that came after that was only a slightly incremental improvement. Even today, it's not as if it is going to stop here. Now we have gone to video calls. I don't know tomorrow what it will be. I don't know, we may not live, but I'm just wondering, we order foods in restaurants and they have to deliver. Maybe tomorrow delivery also will happen through phone. I don't know, we are going to that level. So incremental improvement is what is required in the project that you do, if you are undertaking a research project. And to know that your objective is an improvement, you should know what people did before. For that you need to know prior art. This is the basic level that you should learn and implement when you are a student and working on a research project. Just like when we go for a PhD, first year actually goes only in all this literature searches. But all we are saying is do not stop with literature, because literature is only 20% of information, technical information that is there around us. Actually 80% is hidden only in patents. Also, as an information source, a patent, it is freely available. Dr. Rock just now said, you go to US video, you go to, I think you talked about patents, then you talked about free patents online, and not only that, Indian Patent Office used to be absolutely backward, technologically challenging once upon a time. Everything was through hard copies, but with international pressure, other offices have gone very fast. In fact, probably 15 years ago, China was not very much ahead of us. But today, US is learning from China. So That is the level to which even Chinese patent office has gone. And when I got into the patent land, we used to constantly monitor patents from US, Europe and Japan. But today, there is a change and we constantly monitor China first. The number of patents that are coming out of Chinese universities particularly has already surpassed filings from US and Europe. That much of education, I would say, has happened in Chinese universities, and students are being encouraged to not only publish but also file patents for all the research work that they do. I'll come to some of the intelligence information that companies look for patents a little separately. But even within Government of India, just like I said, import substitution, when the patent regime started in 2005, Professor Mashelkar was the Director General of CSIR. So he wanted to, first of all, he wanted to take the CSIR labs to a certain level, in the international forum. So he said, publish or perish. So he really inculcated that discipline in CSIR labs, and then a lot of scientists there got very, very motivated. And India started seeing from Indian universities, from CSIR and all, we started seeing a lot of publications, that is in technical journals. With good citations, high impact journals, very good technologies. Then what happened? See, patent also offers you a protection. Protection meaning, because it is your own intellectual property, something that you have created with your mind. You file a patent and you protect it. Meaning nobody can copy it. If they copy it, if you're reading, that's why I asked you right in the beginning whether you all read newspapers. Practically every month or so, you must be reading about some fight within two companies over patents. Earlier, it used to be more on the pharma side. Today, it is more on the smartphones, right? You had Samsung versus Apple versus Samsung, and there also there is also something called international. So the first thing is, if you are filing in a patent in India, it's not enough. If you want to protect your invention, you file in India. But if you want to protect it, let's say in Korea, from where Samsung and LG, they are, especially Samsung is now becoming a world leader. In no time they are catching up on technology. If you want to protect it there from Samsung, then you have to file it in Korea. If you want to protect it in the US, you don't want Apple to copy that feature, then you have to file it in US. So you have to file in whichever country, wherever you want to do business, you have to file your patent so that you can protect it from what is called as infringement. Now in patent, as Dr. Rao said, we write a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I am not doing any dynamic this thing.
I'll show. I'll talk about it.
So what is a patent again? It's a monopoly right. So you own whatever your invention is. It is a protection that is given by the government. It's not any private authority. The inventor, that is, if you have made the invention, or if somebody has funded your research, then the person who has funded that research becomes the signee. Meaning, if you are working in this college and you have invented something, you are filing a patent, you are the inventor. But the patent is also owned by the assignee, which is the college. Okay, maybe you jointly own it. That is again entirely legal. What kind of an arrangement you have? For a limited period, it's not as if you file a patent and you can enjoy the monopoly till the end of your life. So it's for a period of 20 years from the day you file the first application. Again, if we go on the procedural side, again, it's very, very elaborate and it's very legal. So I won't talk much about it. I will talk about why you should do, what you should do and what you should not do. And then it is, as I said, it is only valid within the country of grant. Suppose I filed a patent in India, an Indian patent. Suppose I have filed it today, then this becomes what is called as the priority date. That is the first filing. I can file the final draft, or if I am seeing some interesting results come out of the research, I can write out just 1 or 2 pages covering all the important aspects. This is called a provisional specification. Just file it, take a date. Then the government, the patent office gives you 12 months from the date of provisional filing, within which you have to file the final. And then it goes through an elaborate prosecution, just like again a court of law. They will look at what prior art you have disclosed. Again, we will come to the disclosure part separately, what we have to write in the document. Then they will see how your invention is